Meerschaum, where's the camera? It's coloring up real nice. I don't know if you can see it there, but the front horn has finally got some color up here. It was white like this. And now it's really gotten dark. See, the two tips here are still bright white. This part is still giving me trouble. It's finally darkening up. This side is still white as hell. This side has always been tough. The side of the skull. The top is darkening, but not this yet. This side is always colored more, as you can see. A lot more dark on the top, and then this part is finally, this little white part looks like that's darkening up too. So, all right, well, as I'm finishing this bowl of, I don't know, Christmas cookie from Boswell or something, I was just watching Carolina Rose's video, your Yabo, with that big horse pipe, and it just made me think, we have our go-to presenters or people that we watch here in the YTPC, and I always find it a little, I don't know, disheartening, or like we have our go-tos, we have our favorites, people that we watch over and over again, and what I find difficult for me is I don't like being left hanging. Meaning when you got people that you watch and like, and they're always posting. Look, Paul Gilson, if you don't know who Paul Gilson is, then you're not in the YTPC, I guess, or it's not on your algorithm for some reason, but he posts daily. All right, so it's just like, you'll see where I'm going with this. And my method when I'm thinking when I was watching Rose, there's people that I've started when I started my pipe journey, and becoming part of this community, and watching these people. And some people die, some people we can't stand, so we unsubscribe and don't follow them anymore. And to each his own, But like I said, when you have somebody you watch religiously, like Yusuf or Paul Gilson, and they're having stuff always all the time on content every day, or at least once a week, or once a month, or once a year, like our German friend over there that does the spring tobaccos, fall tobaccos over there in Germany. I forget his name offhand, but you guys know who I'm talking about. But we know that he used to post a lot, and then now it's become just like a yearly thing. But we know he's always still around. And I hope that if he doesn't want to do content, he will let us know. Just like Red Coat's Return had all that great content, and then he got sick, and he did a finale, which I like. I want to see a closure. Because there's a lot of people that I watch. There's this old guy that I watch with a cowboy hat. He had a string of numbers like, I don't know, DTS or something, 1957 or something, some weird name like that. He only had a couple videos up, but I really started liking him, and he was doing stuff like daily, and then he just disappeared, so I figure he's dead. Harriet Herfer from Herferville, her whole thing, she was doing content all the time, and I think she still has some videos up, but it's like 3 or 4 years ago, the last video. No closure, just gone. I really enjoyed her. She was on here all the time, like Carolina Rose. Carolina Rose is the only female that I follow that I even know exists in the YTPC. Not that there's others, but they haven't come up with my algorithm to where I can sub their channel. But anyway, and then remember Doc Bravo? I don't know if you remember Doc Bravo, big red beard, somewhere in the middle of the country. He had content up. He had funny content. Really enjoyed his stuff. Watched his journey and his talks about getting a dog and things like that. I forget what they're called, type of dog, like a service dog, like a care dog, stuff like that. I believe he's ex-military too. Disappeared. No more content. No closure. No saying, hey, look, I'm not smoking no more. I'm not doing this no more. So that's what I hate about it. It's like just like with Paul. He posts every day. I watch him religiously. Every day I look forward to his video. And he knows that, He said that on his channel, that everybody, if I don't put up a video, people are texting me left and right. Where you at? Where you at? And that's the thing. So if he all of a sudden it goes 2 months without seeing something from him, something's up. And just to let you guys know that on my end, I post weekly. Sometimes twice a week, depending, So what I'm getting at is, if I disappear, you don't see something from me for like 2 months or something, I'm dead. My wife and kids can give a rat's ass about my pipe journey and about this YouTube channel. My wife hates smoking, hates tobacco, hates me. TMI. But such is life, and I don't think any of them would, get on here and say, "Hey, Captain, set sail for the final time." I would have to give my account to a buddy of mine to do that for me. But technically, if I ain't on here for a couple months, the captain has sailed on. But that's what I was thinking about watching Rose, and just thinking about some of the great YouTube channels that I really enjoyed through the years here. This is getting wet at the bottom. Like I said, I'm moving this out. And I wanted to get a pipe video up since I'm smoking a pipe and thinking. I didn't want to just make a video without smoking for this content. But it might be out. We're getting a little wet down there, so that's what I was just thinking about. I was thinking about Doc Bravo. Oh, and remember Jersey Piper Ben? At least he had closure. He says he's moving out of Jersey or something. I don't remember. Remember, he used to do giveaways. I want a pipe off him. Jersey Piper Ben, but he had closure. He said he was walking away, stepping away from making videos. He didn't feel like it, or something, and he was having personal issues, I guess. And he just walked away. He said he might come back. He never did. So, but Ben, if you're out there, hope all is well. Same thing with Lester and Redcoats Return. We miss you. I miss you greatly. I mean, I just wish, even if you don't smoke, your content was so fun and great that I think you could just talk about anything, But, it's such as life. We get different hobbies, I guess. But, I guess if I wasn't going to do this anymore, I would say it and say, look, I'm not feeling it no more. I'm going to step away for a little bit. Just to give you closure, not just cold turkey. Like, certain people just go cold turkey that you think, like, okay, did they step away? Did they get sick? Did they die? You always think the worst, obviously, especially when it's an older individual. But yeah, so just a quick one today, guys. That was just my thought process. Let me know in the comments what you think about this. Maybe some of these people on a personal level, and maybe maybe what happened to these people. And there's several others I believe. I just can't think of them off the top of my head, especially when you're not watching content. And the same thing happens with the camping and bushcraft channels that I used to watch, like Lonnie. I remember, these are big channels. You would know these names, especially if you look up any bushcraft stuff, they'll pop up. Far North, Bushcrafts and Survival. Lonnie and his wife up in the cabin in the woods. He would show setups and builds up in Alaska. The last video he did was maybe a year or so ago, maybe a little bit longer now, of like a men's retreat or something, and then nothing. Like I said, I don't know. And there's other people, another guy in Canada, but like I think his YouTube channel got hacked, and then I heard from another YouTuber that he just lost heart. So, and I get it, especially when you have a big channel and you were making money with your content and things like that. It's disheartening, and then you just quit. So yeah, I get it. But at least I heard that they're all right. It's just that he quit. Yeah, so you find out with a lot of different communities and a lot of different guys that you watch religiously all the time, either camping, hiking, or whatever. Things happen, and then but then you never hear anything as to why they quit or whatever. It's just like, okay. But yeah, all right, guys. Until we do it again, my friends, remember, let's set sail.